Hello. So this is Mrs. Golding, and I am looking at your graph. This is your DeltaMath assignment 1 for week 21. And there was some question about this in class today, so I want to make sure you know how to do this. So I'm going to pull up a little notepad here so we have something to write on. Okay, something went wrong. Okay, try it again. So basically here, you're given two different equations, in two different lines. In one, you're given an equation, and it's written in point-slope form, and the other, you're actually given the line. So if I can move my head over here, maybe you don't really care about my head, but all right, come here. Okay. So what it says is, ultimately down at the bottom, it says, what is the y-intercept of each line? And then we have to compare them. So the y-intercept is easy to see on the second line, graph of line B, because that's -1, right? So we can see that. But it's really this first one. Oh, that's really thick. Y minus 2 equals -1, right? Times x minus 5. So in point slope form, we know that we know that it's y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So if we have a -2, or y minus 2 there, that means that the y value was 2. And the x value was 5. If it was plus 5, it would have been a -5. If it was plus 2, y plus 2, it would have been a... Okay, so those are the points. We know that the m is -1. And so there's a couple things you could do here. I mean, since you've got a graph right here, I don't know if it'll let me write on here. Yeah, I guess no. And it probably won't let you write on there. But you could put a point at 5, 2, 5, 2. It won't let me do it, but you could put one there, or you could put it anyway. This is just another way to think about it. And then down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and you could kind of graph it. But let's go back algebraically and just see what we could do here. So before we do that, let's distribute. Y minus 2 equals -x plus 5, minus 2 plus 2 plus 2. I'm just solving for y. Y equals -x plus 7. So on this one, again, the slope is -1, and now the b is 7. Okay, so let's take a look at our choices here. So we found the y-intercept of 7. And it's a line that's going down, right? So it would cross here and it'd go through, was it 5, 2 right here? So since I can't draw it, but you could kind of imagine it there. So the y-intercept of line A is 7. The y-intercept of line B is -1. Therefore, the y-intercept of line A is greater than the y-intercept of line B. Okay? Submit answer. Yes. And again, we get there. And then there it draws the line for us so we can see it. So it's just kind of practicing solving, so taking equations in different forms and looking at them. Let's just take a look and see if there's another one here. Okay, so in this setting, it's a little different. So we have an equation that's in slope-intercept form, and then we have one that's just a table of values. So one of these is easy to find, and we have to be careful. This time it's asking for the slope. So the slope here, y equals mx plus b, the slope of line A is 3. That's easy to see, right? But down here, we have to find the slope. So we can, see if I can shift this up a little bit. we can do a couple things. We can just choose some points, and it really doesn't matter what we do. -4, 0, and then -3, -1. And we want to use the slope formula, right? So that's change in y over change in x. So finding slope, this is my m. So -1 minus 0, -1 minus 0, and -3 minus a -4. So -1 minus 0 is -1. And -3 minus a -4 is -3 plus 4. -3 plus 4 is 1. -1 over 1 is -1. So the slope of line A is 3. And the slope of line B was -1. Therefore, the slope of line A is greater than, because 3 is greater than -1. Submit answer. So you are just kind of taking these, it's lines in, there's graphs, there's tables, there's point slope form, there's slope intercept form. I thought this would be a good way for you to practice for your test coming up on Monday, because you need to be comfortable with all those forms and kind of looking at the different pieces of them. So hopefully that helps you. If you run into snags, please let me know.